Hey, this is Todd with Living in Daytona Beach, and this is part 2 of the 2-part series, The Pros and Cons of Living in Orlando, Florida. If you missed part 1, go back and find the cons of living in Orlando, Florida. So this week, the pros of living in Orlando, Florida. Let's get to it. Hey, this is Todd with Living in Daytona Beach. First time to the channel? Go ahead, hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss a thing about living in Florida, living in Orlando, living in Daytona Beach, any place in Florida. Plus, if you're moving in 3 days to 3 months, give us a call, text, email, set up a Zoom video call, or leave a comment because we will make your move memorable. Well, like I said, this is part 2, the pros of living in Orlando, Florida. Let's get to it. So pro number 1 of living in the great city of Orlando, Florida, there is always something to do. From SeaWorld to Legoland, Disney World to Universal Studios. There is an endless amount of amenities, endless amount of theme parks to visit, and there's never a time to run out of fun. There's no time to run out of fun. Whether you're a family with small kids or you're a kid at heart yourself, amusement parks find their way as one of the top entertainment venues in the Orlando, Florida area. And besides that, guess what? All those tourists are paying a high price to come to your backyard. And as a resident, you get some fantastic discounts. Although Orlando is known for a lot of its amusement parks, it also has tons of natural beauty. So when you want to step away from all those wild rides and enjoy some of the natural beauty of Orlando, go ahead and soak it all in. Everything from natural springs with 72-degree weather all year round, to hiking trails, to bird watching. Or maybe for a little more outdoor adventure, hop on an airboat for an airboat ride. Now, this next one, this number 2 pro for living in Orlando, Florida, actually was on our cons list. It's the job market. Believe it or not, a 2024 study showed that Orlando was the second best place to start a career. Now, although leisure and hospitality make up about 20% of the jobs in Orlando, there's still plenty of room for technology workers, advanced manufacturing, biotech, aerospace, fintech, and gaming. And there's constant job growth because it is a tourist town. Leisure and hospitality are huge job markets for people. The job increase, the job growth, from 2021 to 2022, the job growth was 9.2% in Orlando. You'll also find plenty of jobs in aviation, aerospace, film, engineering, healthcare, and digital media. And with an unemployment rate of 2.3%, which is much better than the national average, and the average salary of $68,000 per year, a perfect spot to find a career, get established, or just work for a while and enjoy the great city and all what the great city has to offer. And more specifically, if you're wanting to know what the actual biggest employers are in the Orlando, Florida area, here they are. Number 3 on our list actually is the weather as a pro. It was on our cons list, which is kind of funny because it actually comes out to be a pro for many, many people. A lot of people move to Orlando because they're sick and tired of living in a cold place in the wintertime. Now, Orlando can get hot in the summer. We talked in our last video about June, July, August, September, weather in the 90s, humidity 75% or greater. Well, the wintertime in Florida, wintertime in Orlando is fantastic. We're talking mid-mild 70s. Low humidity makes it great. You can wear shorts, t-shirts, flip-flops, and feel completely comfortable. There might be some coolish days, talking end of December, January, maybe a little bit of February. You might have to put on a jacket or a sweatshirt or wear socks and sandals. Watch out. So if you're looking for a place to get cozy and warm in the wintertime, Orlando, Florida would be the place to be. And you're going to find that because of those warmer temperatures, mild temperatures in the wintertime, you're going to have a lot of outdoor activities take place in the wintertime, which is great. When a lot of people are inside, cold, sitting by a fire, you're going to be outside enjoying the sun. One caution is that the sun is, there's 200 plus days of sunshine a year in Florida, and Orlando fits that description of having 200 plus days of sunshine. So wear your sunscreen, regardless if it's December, January, February, wear your sunscreen. You can still get a sunburn even in the winter months. Another pro to living in Orlando, Florida is there is an endless amount of things to do. Already mentioned about theme parks, but what about all the restaurants? There's over 7,000 restaurants in Orlando. If that's not enough to choose from, I don't know what to tell you. Everything from little hole-in-the-wall places, little cafes, to divey bars that are fantastic. Even going to a pirate show and eating your favorite meal. There's everything in Orlando to do. Aside from all the restaurants to choose from, there's such things as the film festival, the Orlando Museum of Art. But let's say you want to escape the city. What's so great about Orlando is it's centrally located. So if you want to take a trip up to Jacksonville or over to Tampa to enjoy the West Coast, over to Daytona to enjoy the East Coast, remember, you're centrally located. So it's 60 miles over to Tampa, 60 miles to Daytona. And if you want to make your way all the way down to Miami, most people can get down there in about 3.5 hours. Being centrally located is fantastic. You can enjoy everything that Florida has to offer because you're right in the heart of where Florida has its heartbeat. Another pro to Orlando, Florida, well, just being in Orlando, being located in Florida, there's no state income tax. So there'll be a little more money in your pocket. Now, you will pay federal income tax. If you're a property owner, there is property tax. And of course, there's a sales tax, about 7% in Florida, but that's completely offset because there's no income, no state income tax. So you're welcome. Last on our list for pros, and I mentioned a little bit before, is the access to the beaches. So you're there in Orlando, you're enjoying all that Orlando has to offer. Well, guess what? You're not more than an hour, hour and a half drive to any beach you want to go to, whether it be Daytona Beach, Tampa, over there in Clearwater Beach, whatever it may be. You're always just a small car drive away from enjoying some of the sand between your toes. And then when you're tired of the sand, make your way back safe and sound to Orlando, which of course, as we know, is the entertainment and amusement park capital of the world. I do dare say of the world. Hey, I want to thank you for watching today. And I probably missed, for those Orlandians out there, I probably missed a few pros to the city. Well, what are they? Please share. I'd love to hear your comments and find out exactly what I could add to this video. When I redo videos, I always like to add stuff that viewers send me that I need to include in a video. If I missed something, go ahead, leave a comment. As I said before, this is Todd with Living in Daytona Beach. This was part 2 of the pros of living in Orlando, Florida. I want to thank you for being here. As always, first time to the channel, go ahead, hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss a thing about living in Florida, living in Orlando, or living in Daytona Beach or the surrounding area. And if you're moving in 3 days to 3 months, give us a call, text, email, set up a Zoom video call, leave us a comment. We will make your move memorable. Until next time, I'll see you at the beach.